your food and stuff like that. I mean, you can't be dumb or stupid, or you can't be like, you have to kind of be switched on to have that. Now moving into the motorcycle side of things, of it sounds like you have a really big technical background of, you know, learning electronics and understanding the bikes and little things here and there, seat heights and whatnot. Is that something that you really deep dived into and you really enjoy? And has it helped or hurt you jumping on new motorcycles?
I always try to stay away from that. I always try to. It's hard when you get older because you have more experience, but I always try to stay away from the setup. Even if this year I haven't been able to do because we had some problems, so then you want to understand what's wrong. But I always try to leave the work of my crew chief to my crew chief. That's why crew chief is so important, that a relationship you have. And if you have a crew chief that you trust, it make your life, even if he does the same as another one, but if you trust him, you go out and you are faster, even if the bike is the same as another guy, because you know that this guy knows you and you trust him. So I try to stay away because he have his job. I don't like the riders that want to set up the bike. I also think that it's bad because every year is different, every session is different, and if you know exactly, you might think that something is bad because you tried it 2 weeks ago, and even if you are open mind and you know that every time you change, you always have that thing in your back. Oh, that didn't work. Oh, I crashed with that 2 weeks ago. Oh, I was slow. So I try to stay away from that, and it's definitely something that when I stop, I will go deeper with the technical side to understand more things. But I love the data. I love taking the computer and the mouse and just trying to go through the lap and see the difference between the riders, but always more on the riding side than the technical side.
Do you understand the technical side?
Yeah, I understand. Like I'm not an engineer. Like I
Yeah.
understand how it works, like the ride aids, the length of the bike, and the angle and so. But yeah, even the engine. My dad is a mechanic, so I grew up in that. But I'm not. I don't have a big passion of that. But I'm sure that as soon as I retire, that's something. Depending what I do, something I would like. I would like to work with kids and stuff like that, like academy of things. So it's something that you really need after that.
So when you jump from, I mean, you've ridden almost every manufacturer. How do you go in with a, you know, Men in Black, you know, flashed mind to just absorb what, say, you go from the Ducati, a GP, to, you know, the BMW and World Superbike, or vice versa, or go from different superbikes, you know, in World Superbike versus American Superbike here, or Moto America Superbike. Like, how do you not drag it with you or pick and choose the best stuff? Like, that's got to be very difficult. The more knowledge you get, you know, you have to pull, you know, good experiences from somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I think the experience make it harder in that way. It doesn't make sense when I think about that, but it's just what I feel. It's like I always love jumping one bike to the other, going to BSB, being fast after 5 laps. I did. I remember months in 2012 where I did 5 races on 5 different bikes with 3 different brand of tire, and I was like almost podium every weekend, and I was fast. But jumping on the bike, I love that. I really love that, and I think the experience, it's again the same thing. Like you want to, you know what's working, what's not working. So you have the more you know yourself, the more you know what you like. But also it's cool sometimes to do it even when you are 30, 31, to jump somewhere and try to be fast as quick as you can because it keeps you younger. Like I like it. Sometimes go fast with a bike that is not ready to go fast. But yeah, I mean, I think I've been pretty good with all my life with that. The hardest change that I did was going to the BMW in 2022. When I went back on that bike from the V engine on the Ducati, I was there in Jerez, and I was not fast straight away, but I was one of the fastest. And yeah, I was still faster than the BMW, so I was pretty good doing that. But we were slow compared to the Ducati. But it's something I know some riders hate that. Like a guy like Lorenzo, I'm sure he hate that because he knows himself so much. He knows exactly 1 degree of handlebars, and but I think because I did endurance. That's what endurance taught me. Because in endurance, you ride. I did the first race with Steve Martin, that was way shorter than me, way lighter. And then Igor Yerman was way bigger than me and 15 kilo more. It was 100 kilo, 110 with the leather. And you do the same lap time. and you have to go fast. You jump on the bike the first time, you're like, oh, it's not gonna work, and then you go fast.